My name is Roger, and this is your daily tarot map for Monday, January 18th, 2016, using tarot to create the life you want. Well, hello, everybody, and welcome. And thank you for joining me here today. And it is a chilly -4 degrees here in Milwaukee, so I hope it's a little warmer where you are today. Before we get started, I wanted to thank you for liking, for subscribing to, for sharing these videos on your local network, on your channels, or your social media. I really appreciate all of your support. So today we continue our work with the Japaridze Tarot created by Nino Japaridze. And the three cards drawn randomly from the deck today were the Four of Winds, the Stranger of Fire, and the Three of Winds. So the first card I draw today is the Four of Winds, the equivalent of the Four of Swords in the Waite-Smith Tarot. Now here we see a person seated next to a tree, eyes closed as if in contemplation. Now this card is often associated with rest, retreat, withdrawal, a temporary pulling back from the world. It often appears when we're stressed out or exhausted or in need of healing. Now this could be the result of trying to take on too much at once, or maybe being pulled in many different directions. The fact that this is a swords card speaks to me of being mentally overwhelmed. Now this is further reinforced by our second card, the Stranger of Fire, which is the equivalent of the Knight of Swords card in some decks. Now, this is another card of rushing around full steam ahead, trying to get everything done at once. Now this can point to being unable to get anything accomplished at all because you're trying to do too many things at once. So in this way, it might represent a lack of focus, lack of balance, leading to feelings of overwhelm and stress. Sometimes we feel so enthused about a project or a goal that we rush in, often trying to take on several tasks and projects at the same time without proper planning. Our passion and enthusiasm gets the best of us, and we end up maybe scattered and frustrated because of it. Now, we see this idea again in our last card, the Three of Winds, the equivalent of the Three of Swords. Now, this is another card of emotional upset, and often the result of deep disappointment. Now, if the other two cards in this draw are any clue, I'd say that this may be a disappointment in yourself for not being able to keep everything together, to keep everything under control. So maybe you feel disappointment with your inability to successfully manage everything that you've set out to do. The most severe emotional pain that we experience is often that which we inflict upon ourselves. We are our own worst critic, and we can be pretty tough on ourselves sometimes. So I really see a need here to pull back a bit and prioritize. And I think we saw this idea come up last week, and it still appears to hold true today. We need to remember that we can't do it all, and we shouldn't chastise ourselves when we're unable to meet our overzealous expectations. So today, why not take a breather and spend some time planning? With two air cards flanking a fire card like this, I'm seeing a situation that could turn almost explosive, or at the very least, extremely disheartening if left to its own devices. So, overextending ourselves can lead to burnout, illness, or to blowing up, to cause us to blow up with those people around us or closest to us. So, taking a slow, steady, and well thought out approach often turns out better than a rash and rushed one in the long run. So the message today for these three cards is: passion can often lead to us feeling overwhelmed, stressed, and burdened. A carefully well planned out approach may result in a more successful outcome. So today's advice card comes from the Wisdom of the Hidden Realms deck by Colette Baron-Reid, and the card drawn randomly from the deck was the Sisters of the Seasons. So this card, I think, fits perfectly in with the theme of today's draw. The Sisters of the Seasons card reminds us that everything comes into fruition at its own time. So trying to impatiently rush around, rush through it, take shortcuts, only ends up backfiring on us and may prevent us from succeeding. So instead, we want to move ahead with focus and with determination and allow things to naturally unfold. And that's your daily tarot map for today. If you like this video, I'd really appreciate it if you click the like button below. And as always, my information is at my website at tarot-dude.com. And thank you so much for watching, and I'll talk to you again tomorrow. Brightest blessings.